On the quiet coast of Long Island, police were looking for a missing young woman, and what they found was much darker. Bodies, bags, and a trail of horror that stretched for over a decade. This is the story of the Gilgo Beach case, one of the most shocking in the United States, and a puzzling reflection at the end that you can't miss. May 2010. Shannan Gilbert, 24, made a terrified 911 call saying someone was chasing her. Shannan had traveled to Long Island, driven by her chauffeur who usually waited outside while she met with paid dating clients. But that day, when she entered her client's house, she started behaving erratically and paranoically. She was seen running disoriented through Oak Beach, knocking on doors, asking for help, and saying they wanted to kill her. In the report, it could be clearly heard that her driver and even the neighbor who opened the door to assist tried to reason with her, but she kept running, scared of everyone. That call triggered a desperate search after her mother insisted to the authorities, but they wouldn't find her first. In December 2010, while police were searching the area for Shannan, they discovered the remains of Melissa Barthelemy. A few days later, 3 more women appeared: Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. All were sex workers contacted online who back then used Craigslist. They became known as the Gilgo Four. The discovery shocked the country. A serial killer was hunting on Long Island. In 2011, discoveries continued. Remains of Jessica Taylor and Valerie Mack, whose partial remains had already appeared years earlier in another area, in addition to still unidentified victims, including a man nicknamed Asian Doe and a girl just 2 years old called Baby Doe. Doe is the name given to unidentified victims. What seemed like a case of 4 victims turned into a puzzle with at least 11 bodies linked to the Gilgo Beach area. In December 2011, Shannan's body was finally found in a marshy area near the same beach. Authorities suggested her death might have been accidental, but her family always insisted she was murdered by the same person responsible. To this day, it remains unknown if she was another victim of the Gilgo killer. The investigation moved slowly. Different agencies vied for control, and there was even corruption. Suffolk Police Chief James Burke ended up in prison for obstruction of justice in a parallel case. For years, the Gilgo file seemed frozen. In 2022, a new task force was created, including the FBI. Access to new DNA technologies and analysis of phone records gave the investigation a second wind. And then came the big twist. In July 2023, police arrested Rex Heuermann, a 59-year-old architect, family man, and Long Island resident. DNA, cell phone tracking, and internet searches connected him to the murders. He was linked and charged with killing 3 of the Gilgo Four, and later other victims, totaling up to 7 murder charges. The news shook the entire country. After more than a decade, the alleged Gilgo Beach killer had a name and a face. Today, in 2025, Heuermann is in pre-trial detention, pleading not guilty. The prosecution is seeking a joint trial for 7 homicides. In parallel, new DNA identifications have given names to unknown victims, bringing some peace to their families. The mystery of Gilgo Beach reminds us how difficult it is to catch a serial killer when their victims are invisible to society. More than 10 years of fear, suspicion, and pain, until justice finally knocked on the main suspect's door. But investigations continue to bear fruit. Although Rex Heuermann faces charges for the murders on Long Island, many wonder if the story ends there. During his youth and adulthood, he frequented other states where he had family ties and businesses, states like Virginia, South Carolina, and Las Vegas, where there are currently unsolved cases that match his travels but have not been confirmed, given that his DNA was linked to the murder of Sandra Costilla in 1993. It is very possible that there are many more victims of Rex Heuermann, making him one of the most prolific serial killers of today. We hope that the work of the authorities, in conjunction with qualified scientists, can provide answers to all the hopeless families.